Online communities are not just about people who actively engage with one another, but also those who consume it. Lurkers and people who come and go to view and consume your content actually make up a larger percentage than all of your engaged members combined, which is why it is just as important to understand their needs. Today we're going to take a look at monitoring your community and the analytics that help you understand it. Though several people have coined the term the 1% rule or the 99-1 rule, what is most important is the information provided by Bradley Horowitz, who is now Google Plus's Vice President of Product Management. He stated that 1% of all users will create threads or content, 10% of users may participate actively or author their own content, and 100% of users benefit from all activities from those two groups. Clearly there is some overlap here, as even power users at times can be lurkers, but it generally does not work in reverse. With that said, it means your community is more than just monitoring your internal engagement, but also conversations that occur outside of your network. This means where traffic is going to be coming, going, or quite simply, the who, what, where, when, why, and how. The first thing we're going to take a look at, and the easiest way to find where your traffic is coming from and going, is by monitoring from the outside in. So one of the best tools to do this is going to be Google Analytics. It's free, easy to use, and most sites allow easy plugins for it. WordPress also has another very similar tool, and it's built directly in to monitor from the inside out. You'll start by adding an analytic tool like Google Analytics to your community. Track referral traffic to and from your community, and then you'll want to create a list of your most popular referrals and track back to them. Let's take a quick look at what Google Analytics looks like with some old data from Play This magazine. As you can see, this is from 2010, and at the time I was actually just using WordPress, so this data isn't complete. However, it will still provide you with some insight on exactly where your referrals are coming from and where they're going to. As you can see, one of these periods of time it has a spike for 3,000 hits in one day. So we're going to want to hone in on that specific day and try to find out more information about it. It was July 29th, so all you have to do is pull down your calendar, click on the date, hit apply, and then it'll be able to provide information just for that specific day. From here, you can get information from Google Analytics, anything from demographics, which is going to basically be the geographic location where people are coming to. Now, how Google Analytics pulls that information is usually from your IP address, so maybe if you're using a proxy, it won't pull that information. Now, there's some other information such as behavior. This will allow you to understand if people are going to be new versus returning, and this is again based on your IP address. You can also figure out which browsers they're using and that kind of thing. But what is most important is going to be your content and traffic sources. So let's take a look at the traffic sources. Select sources and then all traffic, and then we'll see where it's coming from. So as you can see here, reddit.com was the largest place of referral traffic. And of course you can look at further information that suggests the pages per visit, the average time on site, and percentage of new visits. One of the things that you'll recognize when you see traffic from sites like Reddit or Slashdot or anything of that nature is something called the Slashdot effect. More recently, sometimes it's being called the Reddit effect, or anything of those natures where a large amount of traffic will be coming to your site, but it's only a spike and it's not continuous. And based on that information, you'll see something like the average time on your site is unfortunately incredibly low, and that's not really useful information to you in the long run. However, if you see stuff below it, like you get Google Organics, that means people are searching and hitting keywords and coming to your site. And then further down, I can see people from Twitter are being referred to the site, and that's showing me that there are a certain amount of people coming from Twitter back to my site. So if we're in a community-based setting, let's say for my professional job, a lot of people usually are referred from LinkedIn and come back to our community. That would tell me that I should be focusing on putting more information on LinkedIn, making sure everything is up to date, and making it as accessible between our community and LinkedIn. Now, not every community is going to be based off the same places. That's why you're going to want to look through the referrals and make sure that everything is clear between the two. Now, another example of internal analytics is going to be using your add buttons or your social share buttons. So for this particular website, I use a plugin called Add This. It's pretty small, easy to use, and the best part of it is it's got analytics built right into it. So if people are going to be sharing your content, not only are you going to be able to see the numbers just by going to the article, there's a nice little dashboard that provides you a bit more detailed information. So let's just take a quick look at the analytics from Add This. So as you can see here, it pretty much gives you a really simple layout. It shows you how many of your articles has been shared, and then how many people have clicked on that content after it has been shared. It also gives you this viral lift number, but I really wouldn't worry about that too much. But even more important below it, it'll show you the top content that was shared, and then again you can break down that content and try to figure out why it was shared, what keywords were being shared on them, and how much of it is being shared the most. So let's just take a quick look at this one that's being highlighted as viral. A couple of weeks ago we had interviewed Reddit's general manager, Eric Martin, and apparently that seems to be doing quite well. It was shared 4 times and then clicked on 17 additional times. So let's click on this and it should give us some additional information. So down below the graph it shows that one person had provided a Facebook like, it was shared on LinkedIn, it was posted on Reddit, and then 16 people on Reddit had clicked it. So that's showing me that, well, quite obviously, people from Reddit like to hear about Reddit. And I believe this might have been a post from the recap from the last one, so the class, of course, is going to want to take a look and see what that interview was if they weren't able to attend it live.